Greetings, YouTubers. Want to wish you a happy Easter on this day, April 12th, 2020. Quarantine right from my teepee to yours. Haukola del de in de nihi di lagen hawa solana hahea yusin fafatai oyesu. The native language of our land is thanking Creator. Unchamala to Kanchala. Have mercy on me, Grandfather. You know, as we get into the Easter and a couple weeks of this quarantine anyway, I just want to pray with you guys and wish you nothing but encouragement. Like I said, this time and period is nothing new to the Native Americans. It's nothing new to me. It's nothing new to the cultures that have been here before, dealing with the tuberculosis, smallpox, measles, the Spanish flu, now corona disease. And during this time, it's just like what God says, the birthing pains, the birthing pains of rumors of wars, one thing that this world doesn't talk about is we just had the blood moons consecutively just a few years ago, starting from 2014 all the way up to last year. Consecutive blood moons. The last time that we had consecutive blood moons was 1482. What was 1482, guys? That was the year that Columbus came. If you check your astrology, your history, look up eclipses, guys. Look up eclipses for 1482. It will tell you that that was the last time we had consecutive eclipses. And you know what that means to our culture, the native culture? It means war, YouTubers. Besides all this multimedia, besides all this stuff that we had before, we didn't have all these stuff that you could look up on your app, look up on Google stuff. No, people as far as having cultures, they had it up in the stars, guys. They had prophets, even the prophets of old, even the people from the Bible actually used to look up into the stars, guys. And right now, during this day and age, what does God say? He says, not to reach after the false idols, because many will be coming in my name. And like I said, I'm not here to proclaim myself as a pastor or a prophet or a medicine man. I claim to hurt, guys. And that's why I'm here. I got 15 years of sobriety. That all came with one day at a time, guys. So any guys that are dealing with addictions and alcoholism, my prayers are with you guys, even during this time. So I'm going to read out of the Bible, and then we're just going to go right into a few words of encouragement and giving you a little historical background. And I thank you guys for all your comments. And like I said, push like on there and be a subscriber. And, I like all your comments that you guys put up there and all your messages and wanting to know more about the real history of America, guys, because in this day and age, there is nothing new under the sun. Like God says, man, whatever it has been is going to be again. And like the times of Noah, those are his words. So with that, I'm just going to go, I keep it real simple with my devotions, YouTubers. What I do is today is April 12th, and I don't make it complicated. I'll go right to Psalms 12, guys. So help, Lord, for the godly man see this, for the faithful fail from among the children of men. They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor, with flattering lips, with a double heart do they speak. The Lord shall cut off all flattering tongues, and a tongue that speaketh proud things, who have said, with our tongue will prevail. Our lips are our own. Who is the Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth him. The words of the Lord are the pure words of silver, tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord, thou shalt preserve them in the generation forever. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Amen. You know, you think about the flattering tongue. What's going on now, Facebook? You know, all these people on, you know, all the idols as far as this world, YouTubers, all our LeBron James and NBA and NFL and Major League Baseball and the NFL is coming up. You know, the hip hop, the rock and roll guys, you know, all the, as far as idols that have been here, they're all gone. You know, maybe this is the time that God's telling us to get back, one with Creator. You know, Nishichila Washtelo and Heyoka Wiko, the crazy. Stay away from the coyote, the natural language of my land, the indigenous tribes. Hahea Yusin, Hawa Solana, Fafatai, Oyesu. I'm calling and summoning God to come down and inspire me and inspire you out there, guys. That during this time, this is time to get back to Creator, guys. You know, like he says, the flattering tongues. What does the word say? It says that the devil speaks lies like his native tongue. For me, I take that right to heart, guys. I take that right to heart. Because when I speak my native tongue, it's like, shtek, haflek. In Apache, that means hairy, come here. See, when I say wajink, gijink, that means move over, scoot over. That's my native tongue, YouTubers. So when the devil speaks his native tongue, you're not understanding. He's speaking lies, guys. And a lot of times, you know, especially in early recovery, guys, I've volunteered 10 hours or 10 hours a week to Maricopa County in 2 group homes. We walk around, internalize. That's what the quarantine does, you know. But you gotta check and do your inventory, guys. You know, what are you actually doing? When I talk to the kids that are in rehab and group homes, what is your inventory? Because if you're doing 5 hours of YouTube and you're doing 5 hours of Facebook and 5 hours of video games and even 5 hours of pornos and 5 hours of video chats and 5 hours of this, when do you got time to focus on God, man? And then you get on there and you're watching sports and doing all the other stuff in this world. Those are all things to take you away from your own Creator and your own path, guys. Lila Wachipi means a special pilgrimage, guys. That's the native language of America. So while you guys are still speaking English, you guys should be speaking my language, the native tongue of America. And I'm here to tell you right now, you can't be too proud in this world. You can't go and say, well, yeah, I'm American, or you're someplace and say, no English, Espanol. No, this is the time to focus on God no matter what language and culture that you're at. That you at this time should focus on Him, because during this time, we're just going back and forth. Let God be the compass in your life, YouTubers. Because when I grew up on a boat in Alaska, guys, as a 10, 12-year-old, Cape Muzong, Cape Shackin, you know, when the fog came and the fathometer, those of you guys that understand fishing and being out on the open ocean, when the fathometer, the radar's gone, you know, what do you guys depend on? You depend on the compass, guys. My grandfather used to call me Deguan, which was my Indian name. He'd say, Deguan, go due north. Go due southeast. Go due northwest. You know, and you held the helm, and you couldn't even see through this fog. And that's how life is, guys. You have to come and get yourself a compass, guys, and you have to understand, you know, where you're going in life. And that's where the Bible comes in. That's where the sweat lodge comes in. That's where, that's where praying comes in. Like God says, man, praying without ceasing, guys. You know what that tells me? That's praying without giving up, guys. During this quarantine, God and Jesus and Tukanshala and Creator, He is the master physician, guys. He is the master CEO. So when this world comes back and forth, guys, and going to and fro like the devil, God said, where'd you come from? He said, to and fro. He's just running rapid. And the thing about the Bible, guys, it doesn't talk about United States being in Revelations. If you think that, then you're mistaken, guys. It doesn't say one thing about being in the United States, being in being in the end times, Armageddon. Like I said, this is just separating the classes from the middle class. It's directly affecting my job at the airport, and a lot of you guys are in the same predicament. But what we can depend on is how we bring things up in our chest, guys. To be sober and vigilant is what God says. In the Lakota ways, to refrain from Hiyoko Wiko, which is the crazy one. The clown, the coyote, the tempter, God says that He won't put you through temptations, So when you reach out to these things, your first thing when you're hurting, guys, and confused and lonely, is you're out to reach things. In recovery, it's called stinking thinking, guys. So don't go reaching out to things, toxic people. And this is time to focus on yourself, make that stand in your life, and just to move forward, guys, no matter what. Not pray a hedge of protection over you guys, a hedge of protection over all your doorways, like the plagues of Egypt, guys. This ain't nothing new, guys. This ain't nothing new under the sun, guys. But if you internalize everything and say, oh man, diseases and all this stuff, they already have their agenda, guys. The spiritual wickedness in high places, guys. Just think about the pharmaceuticals and all the diseases we have from the foods and everything we have in this country. This is the time to buckle down, guys. To buckle down, to straighten our path. Like they say in my culture, who are you to judge a person unless you walked a mile in my moccasins, guys? And that's all I claim is I've lost some loved ones to lupus and to illness and have dealt with cancer, and this ain't nothing new. I've lost a child last year, and that's all I do is I claim to hurt, guys, is during this time of sickness, that God is still in charge. He's kept me sober this long, and He's going to keep you, like He said, you shall rest in the shadow of the Almighty. And sometimes that shadow is just very dark, YouTubers. It's dark, but I encourage you to rest in the shadow of the Almighty and let your burdens go, guys. Because right now you're just cooped up in the quarantine and you're just, you're confused and you don't know what's going on. But you have a compass, guys, and that compass is the Lord and Savior, that He comes down. I don't think about what He's done to the past. I don't think about what He's done as far as, what He's done as far as, to my people, my culture, because that's the devil's agenda. What had happened through colonization, the devil did to my people. And everybody says, okay, well, how can you believe in a white man's religion, all this stuff? That's not the way I look at it. We're not even in the Bible. We are a people, and we also know that there was ancient history here in America. The Mound people, they found Egyptian